I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I want to give another honors unto the apostles and elders, and also to the Akim out there doing the work in sincerity and in truth. And I'm here on my lunch break. I'm probably gonna be a little late, but I'm just here at work, and I see the people, our people like Jake. They have no faith at all. I mean, the faith is at its bare, not even bare minimum. It's at its lowest, like it's at 0%. And it just, I see so many, the people, they just walking so aimlessly, and they have like no purpose in life. And it's like, I don't want to go around and just try to rebuke them and say, hey man, you need to wake up. But you have to be wise, at the same time. So it's like certain people, I mean, they know that I'm an Israelite, and I try to give them a couple scriptures and try to get them up here and there, but I don't go around professing it to everyone at the job, because I'm not trying to lose my job or anything. But if I lose it, oh well, who cares? But we're gonna talk about faith, and a scripture that I'm gonna bring up. I think I got it right here in Matthew. Okay, Matthew 17:20. We're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. So when you have that faith, it's just a small grain of a mustard seed. A mustard seed is so small, even a grain of that. That's all you gotta have. And in the mountains referred to in the Bible are kingdoms. So if you got enough faith as a mustard seed, and you're doing the work, and you're going out there and you're going out there on the highways and the byways, you're doing lessons, you're talking to people, you're gonna move something. You're gonna move this kingdom out of its place. The Most High has given us this platform while it's still open for us to use it. And the brothers, and I see that they're going out and they're bringing the work out. They're doing their job. And it's for some people, they're not doing it. As me, I'm that person. I may not have the 5 talents or the two talents that everyone have out there. I'm new in this truth. I have 1 talent. I'm not gonna just dig it in the ground and keep it to myself. I'm gonna use what I have that the Father has given me, and I pray that He gives me more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding, and more faith, and more fear, and more of me having more fear in Him. I don't care about nothing in this world. I got a 2-bedroom apartment. I live check to check. But man, I don't care about any of that. I have a nice, decent car. I'm comfortable. I don't care about the things that are in this world. And by my faith, how I move, most people see it. If I had one shirt and I seen someone, I had a brother and he didn't have a shirt and it's cold outside, I'm gonna give him that shirt. That's when faith is working in. And I got a couple scriptures gonna get into that. I believe it's like later on in James, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into Hebrews, and we're gonna find out what is faith. What is faith? I think it's 11. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right. So the things that I hope for, I hope to get the kingdom. I hope to make it onto them chariots. I hope to be one of those men that the Most High has called to be chosen. I hope for that. Even though I can't see it physically, I hope for it, and my faith is telling me that the evidence throughout the book, throughout the history, everything, the prophecy, it has to be real. Even though that I can't see it physically in my hands, I can see it in my mind, I can see it in my spirit. The spirit is telling me to go this way. So therefore I have to act on this. That's my faith. Me doing this video, me going out there on the highways and byways. I'm out there by myself. I don't really have a camp. I go out there by myself. It's raining. Just yesterday, it was raining. I was still out there. People looking at me, blowing a horn like, man, what's wrong with this guy? They looking at me like I'm crazy. But I'm still out there. I'm doing the work. And I got to one Jake. Hopefully he comes back and he comes and he sees me, and we can build from there. But until then, I'm just gonna keep pushing, because my faith is there. It's telling me that I'm going the right way. Let's go ahead and jump to 6, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And I'm going to speak for myself. I diligently seek for him. I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm trying to follow the commandments to my best of my abilities. Faith is working. And faith is that's one thing that you're going to need in these end times. Verse 7. By faith, Noah, this is it in the first time, and right before the flood, Noah. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house. Right, that's me. I'm moving in fear because I'm trying to save my family. I'm trying to save it. I'm trying to save my wife. I'm trying to save my daughter. I'm trying to keep my house in order, even though I catch hell with that as well. But my faith is still telling me just keep going. Let's read that again. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. Right. Noah, he had faith. He still went out there, warned the people, let them know the warnings, what is about to come. And the people laughed, scorned him. And he still kept building the ark. Faith. Just like what the brothers are doing. They're reading in the Bible. They're staying out of the world. They're trying to cut down the sins. They're not trying to go against the Most High. If they do go against the Most High, they feel sorrow for them. It just messes up the whole day. But they keep going. They don't stop. They just keep going. That's that faith working in. Going out there to the highways and byways. Still preaching the word. Even though people walking by, they laughing at us. Some of them spit on us. They'll even slap you. Man, I had one woman slap me. Tell me that I shouldn't be saying what I'm saying. Man, it don't matter, man. I just keep going, man. Just keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going. I lost my place. Salakia. Let's just go to verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. And I remember that account. I believe that's in Genesis 12. Let's go to that right quick. Right here. Verse 12. That's 12. We'll just start right here. We'll stop at 4. And the Lord Yahweh had said unto Abram, get thee out of the country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great. And thou shalt be a blessing, and I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So Abraham departed, as the Lord Yahweh had spoken unto him. And Lot went with him, and Abraham was 75 years old, and he departed out of Haran. And I'm not going to read no more after that, but that's just letting you know the Most High told Abraham to leave. And he said, I'm going to make you a great nation. And by his faith, he just kept going because he believed in Yahweh. He believed on the Lord. Let's go back to Hebrews. So that was that account for verse 8. I guess I would say that was the precept for verse 8 back in Genesis 12. Verse 9. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. They also had the same promise of their forefathers. Verse 10. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is God, the Most High. 11. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed. Right, because at that time, I don't want to get the people wrong. Sarah, which was Abraham's wife, she conceived a seed at a late age. They were both older. I believe Abraham was 100 years old at that time. I believe. Going off my own understanding, I will have to go back and get that precept. I should have wrote that down, but this is just on the spirit. I'm here. I wrote a couple precepts down. I'm on my lunch break. Forgive me if I need correction for that. But through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age. As I just said, she was older, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Faith. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in the multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. 13. These all died in faith, which is the substance of what we're talking about. Faith. Not having received the promises that were foretold to them. They didn't see the promises, but they just had the faith that it was going to happen, and they did what the Lord told them to do. But having seen them afar off, just as the brothers and this is the Achium and Aqua, all of them, as we see it afar off. We know that it's going to happen. Why? Because we're doing the work. If he wasn't doing the work, we wouldn't believe. We wouldn't have no faith. But having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. And that's the same thing that we're doing today. I'm like a pilgrim on this earth. I'm like a stranger. I don't belong here. My spirit tells me I don't belong here. All throughout my whole life, I didn't fit in. Even though I made myself try to fit in, I committed all type of abominations when I was out there in the world. I did everything just to fit in. And basically I destroyed myself at that time. But the Most High had mercy on me. He gave me something that everybody don't have, and that's faith. A lot of people don't have that. They don't have faith. They don't have wisdom. The Most High is not dealing with a lot of people. You can see it. They're so destroyed. They're so destroyed, man. It's to the point that they have to get killed off. They won't make it. They have no faith. Just as the Israelites back in Egypt, he had to kill off the older generation in order for the younger generation to move into the land of Canaan to get the promised land. Verse 39. And these all. Let me read that again. Hebrews 11 and 39. And these all, having obtained a good report through faith, receive not the promise. Right. Neither of them never received the promise. But it was said unto them, if they trust in Yahweh, that promise will be made. It will be manifest. So let's go ahead and jump into I believe that was it. Just hit my mind. Let's hold on. Genesis 22. I believe that's what it was. Oh, this was the account when Abraham took Isaac on the altar. Yeah, I don't know why that popped up in my mind, but let me read that. I'm not gonna take that off. Let's read this. Let's go down to let's stop at 14. I don't want to make it too long. Genesis 22 and 1. This is probably the count when I was talking about with the sun. We'll go back to that precept. And it came to pass after these things that the Most High did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him therefore a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him. And the ass, is his donkeys. And Isaac his son. Alright, so he took the 2 ass, he saddled his ass, he got on, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac. It had to be maybe his servants, because Abraham was very rich. And Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which the Most High had told him. Then on the 3rd day Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. Alright, so picture that Abraham, he's seen the place where the Most High told him to go to. He's seen it afar off. And he told his 2 servants to sit there to watch the ass, and while Abraham and his son Isaac go up into the mountain. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. Verse 7. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here I am, my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? So right now, Isaac is like, what is going on? But I'm going to trust my father and what he's saying. Why? Because my father trusts in Yahweh. So I'm going to go along with whatever my father is going to say. Verse 8. And Abraham said, My son, the Most High will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to the place which the Most High had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. Getting deep. Verse 10. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. Verse 11. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest the Most High, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. That's deep right there. Abraham has so much faith that He listened to what the Most High said. He was going to even slay his own son, because he knew that the Most High would have gave him another son if that. But he had enough faith. The Most High tempted him to all the way to that point. And the Most High is going to tempt you to, he's going to get you to that point in the time of temptation. You're going to get tempted a lot. But it may be to this degree. Are you gonna go all the way with him to the end? Because he's gonna test you. I gotta read that again. And he said, verse 12, and he said, lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him, for now I know that thou fearest the Most High, seeing thou hast not withheld thine son, thine only son, from me. Verse 13. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. So he was still able to make the burnt offering unto the Most High, and the Most High provided him what? A ram to make the sacrifice. A perfect ram at the right time. The Most High is going to do that. If you have faith with him, he's going to make a way for you. He just wants you to trust him all the way to the end. And Abraham, verse 14, and Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh, as it is said to this day, in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen.